What up, guys? Alchemist here, and I got something nice for you. So I wanted to make this video because I literally just made another video talking about why Dragonball Sparking Zero dying. Why did it have 90% of his players leave, right? I'm on this video because Dragon Ball game devs, whatever, said, attention players, this was November 8th. Attention players, we're gearing up for a patch to adjust some battle mechanics in December 2024. Post online qualifier, they're doing a little tournament thing. Stay tuned for more details. I want to make this video a petition video. Okay? I want to make this a petition video. I want y'all to share this on Reddit, share this with your friends, your family, your favorite content creators. Share this video around, and I want everybody to be commenting on this video on what they want changed in Sparking Zero when it comes to the fighting mechanics. I don't want to see people in the comment section talking about, oh, they need to fix the communication errors, they need to fix the rage quitters and stuff, they need to fix the story mode or some crap. None of that. They're asking for battle mechanics. Okay? Battle mechanics. They already addressed back then about communication errors and freaking online matchmaking issues, and they trying to figure out the issues. Taking them a long time. They already nerfed Yajirobe out during that time. They said they're aware of it, but it's taking a long time for it to happen. But we're sticking to the battle mechanics. Okay? Before I give a list of what I want them to change for the battle mechanics, I also want to say, even if I state something that you agree with in this video, still comment it down below. If you see someone else comment something that you agree with, hit the like button, upvote that mud, treat it like Reddit, bro, so that Bandai, when they stumble across this video, or anybody in the game dev team stumble across this video, or any content creator got connection with them stumble across this video, they can send them a link and they can see in the video in the comment section what more people say about what they want changed before December comes. They didn't drop a date in December, so we don't know when in December. Probably late December, mid-December, we don't know. But make sure y'all send this video around, okay? I'm finna name off some things. Had to put it on my notey note. What I think they need to fix in Sparking Zero battle mechanics that'll make the game a lot healthier for people. I done seen some people say some wild stuff talking about take away instant sparking skills. That is ludicrous, okay? I'm done seeing people say take away unblockable ultimates. Again, ludicrous. This been in the BT series way back. Get over it, okay? Grow up. Let's actually let the intellectuals talk, and y'all sit at Winnie Hut Jr.'s in the kitty table. That's some stupid ish. I'm sorry, I gotta come off as like this, okay? I gotta come off as Brad, because some stuff I read in the comment sections and on Twitter and Reddit and stuff, some of y'all just whining and never played a BT game in your life, which is okay. But some of the ideas y'all say is the reason why y'all not the game devs, okay? Some of the stuff y'all be saying is kind of wild. It's not balancing. It's just you complaining about something you can't get over in the game. Just train, get better at the game, okay? But first thing, take time out of Team DP. I don't know why there's a time limit in Team DP. You know, teams can go max to 5. And if people throwing hands, vanishing, and super countering all day, I don't know why it's a time limit in the game. Especially when you know the time limit, when it runs out, it don't just say draw. It decides who will have the most characters, right? So take time out of Team DP. Let people scrap it out, okay? If someone feel like the match taking too long, they can go to singles. If someone feel like the match taking too long, they can just rage quit. Because we know that ain't fixed yet. Anywho, that was a shot. Alright. 2, blast gotta stop curving, okay? I don't know who in the dev team thought it was a good idea to make it that the blasts in this game track and curve, but that was not a good decision at all. If someone throw a Kamehameha and they looking directly at me and I sway to the left or right, that mug should not curve. That just doesn't make any sense. Now, I would let Kamehameha slide simply because we seen Goku do a Ben Kamehameha in the anime. That's the only one. Goku by himself. That's the only person I'll let that slide for. and anyone else that ever bit the Kamehameha in the anime. Every other move, I should not be seeing Final Flash curve. I should not see Galley Gun curving. I should see none of that. Blasts should not have a curve. Why when someone blasts from the sky and you're on the ground, instead of it going directly at you for you to dodge it, why that mother going straight, you went down like it's a freaking plane that's finna land on a goddamn pallet and then curve and hit you? That makes no sense. Blast curves need to be taken out the game. No sense. I don't know why people have not complained about this enough. Too many times someone get hit by a blast or ultimate simply because that mother curves when you know you weaved out the way. It's ridiculous. Take that out the game. I don't know why someone thought that was a smart idea. Bad idea. Just make the beams linear like they're supposed to, and if the person move out the way, they move out the way. It should not be curving. You should not be. It seems like they was trying to take a scapegoat in the coding and say, hey, we don't want to put in the effort on the move just being linear towards someone. We want to add some forgiveness and make it that the move curve when someone throw it out. No, just make it that it shoots straight, and if the person move out the way, if they super didn't hit, it's because they didn't set it up. They didn't set it up. We already allowed in the game that if someone gets sent flying facing forward, they can block a goddamn super attack. In the old game, you couldn't do that. If you got sent flying, someone threw a blast at you, you had to vanish it. Y'all are allowed in the game that someone can block the goddamn blast when getting sent flying. Makes no sense unless I send them flying with their back turned towards me. They can block it. Ultimate as well. It makes no sense. It's too much defensive and forgiveness in this game. Stop holding people's hands. I'll let the blocking one slide, because in the anime, someone gets sent flying and someone blasts them. You've seen them block before. I'll let that one slide. Even though it wasn't in the old game, I'll let that one slide. But the whole beams curving, that never happened in animes. Stop that. Take that out. Take that out. 3. Penalty to broken skills. Okay? Skills are too broken in this game. Skills are too broken in this game. I don't know why this game don't have key sickness for when you use broken skills, because it's in the game already. If you ever went in custom battles and made a custom battle, they have the modifier in the game for key sickness already. They have the debuff in the game already. So why is it not attached to these skills that it was attached to in old games? In the old game, someone popped after image strike. Not only did it get on key sickness when the 15 seconds was up, I don't know if it stayed on 15 seconds in the old game, but when the timer was up in the old game, they'll get key sickness, and also every time they dodged or after image strike, it took some of their key away. If I remember correctly, it took some of their key away. Why are these penalties not on that skill? This skill is free in this game. It's literally free. That need to be nerfed. Skills that do instant spark. Some people probably don't want to hear this from me. I believe instant spark need to be something that you can only use once a match. That's my fix of that. Simply because even if you give it key sickness, because how the game works, you can just use the skill again and go max power. If you give any instant spark skill key sickness, people still gonna be able to do what they want to do. They're just gonna go instant spark, ultimate move, and they go instant spark again. The key sickness don't matter. It ain't gonna matter. They can still use their skill, just like in the old game. So the solution there would be making that instant spark skills can only be used once a battle with that character. That would be the solution. Or my next point, a further point on my list, that can be the solution. But saying key sickness on instant spark skill won't actually solve the problem unless something else get fixed in the game on my list. It just wasn't. They're just gonna use it again afterwards. It's not gonna change anything. It's gonna be the same ultimate move. It's gonna be the same instant spark, ultimate move, instant spark, ultimate move loop, and they win the game. Next point: sparking is too strong and need to be nerfed. Sparking stays on for 18 seconds. If some people didn't know, 18 seconds sparking stays on. That's way longer than what it was in the other BT games. The way you can balance sparking, I would say knock that timer down to like 15 seconds. 15, 13 seconds, not sparking timer down. And also make it that when you're using key and sparking, it actually uses the key sparking gauge. It makes no sense I get infinite key blasts while I'm in sparking. It makes no sense. Make my sparking go down quicker if I want to spam key blasting. That will 100% fix the key blast spamming. If it takes up my sparking gauge and goes down when I'm using my key blast, the same amount when I'm spamming Ki Blast in a regular neutral state, make my sparking go down when I'm using my Ki Blasts. That will make the sparking go down quicker, meaning less Ki Blast spamming and sparking, less chip damage done when it's sparking, and the person gotta make a decision on how much Ki Blast they actually use before they use their unblockable or whatever, so you won't get stuck in a loop. That will be the solution. This been talked about multiple times. Super counters. Super counters need to be balanced. I shouldn't be able to use it whenever I want, okay? Some people say it's hard to do. It's not hard. People match it, okay? It's not hard to do. Super counter need to use resources. I don't care what resource it is. I don't care if it's a skill gauge resource or key resource. You need to use one or the other. It being free, not acceptable. In the old BT game, it was understandable because your key and your vanishing and stuff was all entwined with your key bar. So it made sense. But in a game where skill gauges are important for a lot of stuff in the game, in old games, skill gauge wasn't as important. You was able to pull some stuff off of it, but it didn't go off as fast as it did in this game. It wasn't as important. This game is very important. So, super counter to use something, whether it's a bar key or skill gauge, something. Because how the game is set up right now, defense is so strong that defense wins the game. People literally stay back and don't react, don't do anything. They wait to react against their opponent. If their opponent charge in, they weave over, or their opponent dodge in, they hold perception. If their opponent dodge in, they super counter. You get rewarded for being on a defense instead of offense. And Dragon Ball Z about throwing hands. I want to throw hands, not know that I win from having a better defense. That's just boring. Super countering need to have a tighter window to hit, so it's not as easy to do, or it need to take resources if you're not going to make it harder to do. Simply because every fighting game, you're supposed to be able to punish your opponent some type of way. Refer back to Xenoverse, if you run out of stamina, your opponent can punish you. Refer back to Naruto Storm Connection, I'm only naming Arena Fighter. Take it to Naruto Storm series, if you're out of chakra in the first game, you couldn't substitute. In the later games, you had a substitution bar. When you ran out of substitution bar, you got punished. This game, because of super counter using no resource or anything, you cannot punish your opponent. It doesn't matter how many combo streams I come up with, someone can super counter easy in the higher skill bracket, in higher rank, S rank, Z rank, people super countering everything. So I can't punish them like the way I want to punish them. Super counter need to take some resources in order to be able to do it, or have a cooldown if someone missed the input. But I'm more towards the resources part instead of the input part. Make it take resources, so when I see my opponent don't have the resource, I can punish them and take advantage in the match because I was smart on putting a good offense on my opponent. It shouldn't feel like I'm putting great offense on my opponent and my opponent still win because they were super countering all day and they finally got an instant spark and did their ultimate stuff. Shouldn't be the case. So I feel like super counter need to take some resources of key or some resources of skill gauge. One or the other, both is fine. I mean, either is fine, but I need to take some resource so I can take advantage of my opponent so they can't super counter non-stop and I actually get some combo streams off. And actually feel good about myself doing supers and whatnot. Because right now, it don't feel like I'm playing Dragon Ball Z. It feel like I'm playing a defense simulator. So please, change that. Vanish Wars, or aka Z Counter Wars, because I had someone in my comment section that was really pressed about us saying Vanish War. I'm sorry. Vanishing is the simpler term, but Z Counter is what it's called. Game devs, just saying this so y'all know. Vanish Wars. Vanish Wars need to do one or three things. It just need a rework. Either when someone vanishes, speed the process up quicker and quicker and quicker, so that it get harder and harder with the timing. So it actually seems like some Dragon Ball ish when you see people doing it back and forth because they know it's getting faster and faster, so people can actually look at it and be like astounded by it. 2, make the window tighter every time people vanish, so people know if the rally going up longer, it's because people react to times, the timing is good. That's the second way. 3, make it take more key so that people don't have to sit there and watch it all day. Some people may not like that, but hey, it is what it is. Something to make short the process down. So make it take more key is another solution, so we ain't sitting there all day vanishing non-stop. And that also make it that if you make the key consumption larger, then that means sometimes people will lose the Vanish War sooner because they just don't have the key amount for it. So then people actually can see someone pop a super or some crap after they win the Vanish War or some crap to feel more Dragon Ball-ish in the fights. Or 4, if people vanish, do a vanish rally long enough, throw it into a mini game, make it more Dragon Ball Z-ish and show people clashing and whatnot, and then reaction time become them pressing the buttons. My only thing about that is it really doesn't solve the issue too much, because people still gonna be getting stuck in Vendors Wars, and then you're just gonna be seeing people do that mini game over and over again too many times. So I'm not really towards that solution, but it is a solution better than where we at right now. Lock-on system. I just want to make sure I plug one of my other videos where I said major issues with Sparking Zero. I go way more in depth with this and show gameplay footage of it. So if you want to see like it in like depth and in person, go to my major issues video with Gohan 6 live Android 16. But lock-on system is terrible. Okay, BT3 had better lock-on system. BT3, all you gotta do is fly in the air, stand in one spot, and your character automatically lock on to the person, unless that person was like hiding in water or behind a tree or some crap, which makes sense, right? And then that's when you have people like scouters, or in this game, scouters and like God King stuff, they easier to find people. We need that system back. This system about you gotta physically look at the person to lock on is janky, because the person will be in your face. You're looking at them, your character is still not locking on to them. They flying past you and everything, and your character is still not locking on to them. It need to be fixed. The lock-on system is trash. And I can go into another segment. Tracking is bad in this game as well. Sometimes you're fighting your opponent, your combos drop a lot. I'm pretty sure people watching this video done had a moment where they fighting and then their character will punch the air instead of connecting their punch to the opponent in front of them that they were just beating up on. Especially with the multi-kick combo, where your character go up and kick multiple times to try to break their guard. So many times your character, even though you're punching on them, they'll drop the combo and they'll be kicking thin air instead of the opponent that's directly in front of them. Or they'll be punching their opponent at first, but then their character just keep moving forward and just go right past the opponent they're just beating up on. They go right past them and keep punching thin air. So now your opponent gets to take advantage of it. Makes no sense. The character tracking needs to be improved in this game when connecting combos. They need to make the aim assist tracking more aggressive. So if your opponent is getting beat up on a wall or something, your character follows them and beat up on them instead of just punching thin air. Too many times my character dropped the combo and it really ruined my flow in the match. Please fix that. And the same go for key blasts. It makes no sense. I jump in the air, I have clear sight on my opponent, and I throw a key blast, and the key blast going in who knows where in Buck 2 or hitting the ground behind them when I'm looking directly at my opponent in the middle of my goddamn screen. Like, even Tien can't miss that ish. Like, why my character key blasting thin air when I clearly looking at the opponent? My character clearly sees he's tracking on the opponent and it's going just anywhere. Even when the opponent in front of me, I'm throwing key blast and it's just going past the opponent instead of directly at him. Tracking need to be better. It was way better, and again, way better than the old BT games. I don't know what's going on here. That need to be fixed. You shouldn't be able to tech when you're stuck in an animation. I don't know how many times I dodge someone blast like Kamehameha, and then I try to grab them, and their character's able to tech the grab. You're in an animation. I should be able to punish you. Even with the whole having super armor when you're stuck in an animation from doing a beam blast. Super. I should be able to get full damage after dodging your blast. I should be able to punish you. Why are you taking less damage when I'm beating up on your back? Why are you able to tech a grab if you're stuck in an animation? Makes no sense. Need to be fixed. Also, just refer back, sparking mode. Another thing that's broken about it, there's a lot of characters in the game, when they go sparking, they get super armor. Why? Only certain characters should get super armor when they maxed out. And I wouldn't even say maxed out, just certain characters have super armor that makes sense. Broly makes sense, okay? Teen Gohan do not make sense. Why do we have armor when he's in sparking? He's a child. Like why? That makes no sense. So super armor need to be taken off for people that going in sparking. Makes no sense to me. One of the bigger things that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about that I think need to be talked about: damage scaling. This game damage scaling is too juiced up. In the old game, if Goku do like Meteor Smash, that mud did like 8,000 damage. In this game, Meteor Smash can do like a whole health bar, 10,000 plus damage, okay? Why is that? Why is Ultimates doing 2 health bars in this game when you know how much health we have in the game for normal average characters? Why is combos doing so much damage in this game? Damage scaling need to be brought down a bunch in this game. Supers should not be doing that much damage. Key blasts shouldn't be doing that much damage, and melee attacks should not be doing that much damage. That would make the fights way more interesting, show way more skill, and wouldn't end so fast and unfair. Okay, people will be able to do the spamming and people will still lose because the ultimates wouldn't be doing so much damage and whatnot. So damage scaling need to be fixed in this game. In the old game, when Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta did Big Bang Kamehameha, it did about probably like 12,000 damage, if I remember right, in the old footage. This game, he can do up to like 25,000. That's ridiculous. 2.5 bars, like that's ridiculous. So, and especially when people combo into supers and stuff, it needs to be nerfed. The damage scaling need to be knocked down some in this game. I haven't seen people talk about it that much, but that's the reason why some things feel so spammy and unjust in this game, because it's way more damage in this game compared to the old BT series. It needs to be nerfed. Damage needs to be nerfed in this game. Not for a specific character, universal. The damage need to be nerfed in this game so matches can be way more heated and more competitive instead of how quick you can kill somebody from just using one ultimate. Is ridiculous. This the point that I was talking about that will fix the WoW Sense spam and other spams in this game, and that's the catch-up system. The catch-up system needs to go out this game. It needs to go. I don't know what made them think. I do know, but they didn't think it through. When they should have somebody game testing it. This game, they wanted you to be utilizing the revenge counter a lot, so you can counter your opponent, and also they wanted you to be using your resources to deflect supers and whatnot in the games, beams and melee. Some people don't know you can deflect those as well, but you can as long as you got 2 skill gauges. You can deflect a melee super, but a rush super. But they made skill gauges too plentiful in this game for that mechanic, but no one uses that mechanic. No one uses revenge counters until like a Vanish War happens, but no one uses revenge counters. So now people are just stocked up on hella skill gauges because of the game devs thinking, oh, revenge counter gonna be the main way people can get people off of them in this game for defense. But that's not the case. Everybody's using super counter because it's easy to do or easy to mash out. So take away the catch-up system. If you're not going to do resources taken away with super counters, like make super counter take away 2 skill gauges or 1 skill gauge, you need to take away the catch-up system in this game. It makes no sense when I'm beating up on my opponent that they get skill gauges from me being better at the game. It makes no sense they get a full skill bar from me taking a health bar away, and then extra skill bar for me just beating up on them dealing damage. That makes no sense. That's why people are able to spam their skills so often from losing a match. That's the reason why I can be winning the match the whole time, but then it went 1 Vanish War and now they go instant spark, ultimate move, and then when I'm locked off, they instant spark again and then ultimate move. They got all them skill gauges because of me beating them up. So the catch-up system needs to be taken out the game completely. They should not get skill gauges because I'm beating them up. They should only get skill gauges from vanishing and super countering, I guess. That's the only time they should get skill gauges. But the abundance of skill gauges in this game need to be knocked down. I would be okay with skill gauges being a fixed time limit for everybody, and there's no way to boost it up quicker. I'll be okay with that. Skill gauge is too abundant in this game. It need to be worked on. Input delay, I know that's not really a battle mechanic, but I think everybody can agree that input delay is ruining people combo routes in this game and inputs in this game. I heard PC got input delay, but it's really bad on console side when it comes to input delay. So I would love for input delay to be fixed, that it end up becoming a little bit more real time instead of being as delayed as it is. I shouldn't be able to press the swear button and take my thumb off and Goku just now moving when I finally raise my thumb. He should be able to punch immediately when I press the swear button, and it shouldn't be no big delay for me to notice. It's a shame I can notice the pause of Goku throwing a fist after I press the swear button. It need to be fixed, and that's why a lot of combos are dropping in the game. Perception should not be able to be spammed in this game. I know that they made it that you hold it, it uses key, but no one's holding perception like that to use key, and the key comes back the moment you release the perception button. Some people are spamming it so they don't lose key at all. Perception shouldn't be able to be held in this game. In the old game, perception was just a counter, and the way to do it, when you in the old game, the character would get into a counter stance, and while in that counter stance, the counter stance stay up for like 2 seconds, and you're able to do nothing because you threw that counter stance out. If your opponent see that you threw the counter stance out, they was able to punish you, whether it was a throw, and then you can tech the throw, of course, but they was able to punish you because then they're able to go around your back, or they use a super, or they use key blasters. They're able to punish you. This game, it's a shame that people can spam the perception button and their character autocorrects and turn with you when the person's trying to sidestep to get around for back shots or just anything, right? They're able to just spam perception too much. Perception is too strong of a defense in this game. I don't believe it should be able to be spammed and held. I believe it should be like the old game. If you throw it out, you should be punished if your opponent don't attack you at the moment you threw it out. Should your character hold up for 2 seconds? Yes. If the opponent punched you during that time, then they punch you, they get countered. But to be able to just spam it, it's too oppressive. I truly believe it should be like the old game. If you press the button, your character gets stuck in the animation, and if you didn't read your opponent at the right moment for them to punch you, you deserve to get punished. It's a counter for a reason. If your counter get read, you should get punished. Last but not least, which I think is this would be like a quality of life thing that I think they need to implement in the game, and that's the UI in the game. I know camera, some people complain about, but it ain't been that bad to me. But it's been like that in the old games, right? If someone get too directly above you so you can't see them, I'm okay with that. They need to add names in the game when people use moves again. I don't know why this is not in the game. Maybe to make it look more seamless, but they need to add that back. I shouldn't be confused or lack of knowledge when someone uses a skill or a super attack on me. I shouldn't be charging up, or I'm away from my opponent, and my opponent over here already popped the skill sleep, and I don't know what they're doing over there, and then they get their health back because I seen no name pop up letting me know that they just went to sleep, or they just pop regen, or they just pop take a break, you know, or a sensu bean. I should be able to see a name pop up. Now, I know some of those moves, they pop dialogue at the bottom, but some of them don't. I know sleep does not do that. And I will have to be listening extra hard to hear if my opponent is actually snoring or some crap for me to know if they just popped that skill. So for UI purpose, for more knowledge wise while fighting, I think names should pop up. But that would be the end of my rant of what all they need to add in this game for the battle mechanics to be a lot better. Is there a lot of bugs in the game and stuff still? Yes, but we're taking one step at a time. I know there's a lot of people complaining about rage quits, matchmaking time, communication errors. My alarm. I know a lot of people complaining about the bugs, like not being able to transform, not being able to switch characters in a match, not being able to vanish and stuff because of the lag and whatnot. I know, but right now we're focused only on the battle mechanics, so that's what we're gonna talk about right now. Should they be focused more on the rage quits and the communication errors and stuff? Yes, but this is where they at right now. They said they're aware of it. They haven't spoke up on it. Hopefully it drops with the December patch, or maybe before, because a month before December, the player count keep declining. I think it should happen way sooner, because I was really hyped to play today, but I couldn't. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Again, treat this like a petition. Send this to Reddit, send this on social media, send this to your friends and family. Let them add their comments in the comment section down below as well, so that this video can get more viral and build up a good reservoir of goddamn comments or changes of the battle mechanics, so that the developer can see this video and see everything people are talking about, so that they can fix their game correctly. Because again, I enjoy playing this game for fun and competitive, and I would hate to see this game die, because this is a good game in the anime community. It just needed some more cooking time, some more bake time. Anyway, love you guys, appreciate you guys always, and until next time, stay up.